Hello there, Cancer. Thank you so much for stopping by for your weekly tarot video forecast for the week of April 15th through the 21st. I have already cleared your cards. I'm just putting the last shuffle on them before I put them on the desk here. This is a general reading, so not everything that I see will apply to every single Cancer who watches this video. Please keep that in mind. If you would like to have a private reading where I can look at strictly your energies and not all of the Cancer's viewing, then all you have to do is contact me to set that up. I usually don't have much of a wait time. I don't believe in making people wait for readings if I can help it at all. You can find my contact information on my website, www.amista.info. I-N-F-O. Let's take a peek at what comes up with you guys for main themes for the week of the 15th through the 21st. Excuse me. All right, Cancers, we've got your cards down. Let's start talking. What I'm seeing for you guys, first of all, is your environment. And your environment can be any place where you have effort or energy invested. Usually it shows up as home. Sometimes it shows up as school or work, etc. So keep an open mind here. But what I'm seeing is that you're very happy with your environment. There may have been some things that were problems or issues from before, but now the environment is really coming into being a good place, a place that you're happy to be in, that you actually enjoy. Next thing that I'm looking at talks to me about your subconscious leanings. Looks to me, Cancers, like you are preparing for something. I'm hearing that for some of you, you're preparing for a battle. I think that you have something in mind that you want to talk about with somebody, and you're kind of anticipating that that person is not going to be so anxious to hear what it is you have to say. For some of you, but not all of you, I'm hearing that you have to have a difficult conversation with a parent. Maybe it's time to say, Dad or Mom, I think it's time for fighting, or, something like that. Now, not all of you will have a difficult conversation with parents, but definitely subconscious. Some of you are preparing for that. And there are other things that others of you are preparing for that you just want to be ready for. It may not necessarily be that you're expecting it to be difficult, but you do want to have your ducks in a row to make sure that it's not difficult. Okay, so subconsciously, you're getting ready for something, some kind of interaction. The next thing that I'm looking at, Cancers, talks to me about your learning style and also your communication style. I do think, Cancers, during the week, there is going to be a lot that you're learning around work. For some of you, you're going to be learning new job skills. For others of you, you're going to be learning about the office politics and how things are actually laying. How are things laying in the land where you work? So definitely some information coming in. I do feel like there's some writing on the wall whenever it comes to work, and I feel like you're starting to see that and recognize that, okay? For some of you, this could be writing on the wall about how your company is doing. For others of you, this could be writing on the wall about how people are selected for promotion, how people are hired on permanent, whatever the situation may be. But there's something there that you're starting to see and understand that maybe isn't actually talked about. It's just this thing that you kind of have to be there and observe. Okay, so that's what I've got coming up for learning style for Cancers. And then for communication style, I think that you're being very careful in your communications during the week, Cancers. I have the sense that for some of you, you would just want to put your best foot forward. Maybe you're putting in resumes and doing interviews. Maybe you're, trying to get a promotion and making sure you're putting the best foot forward. But for others of you, I feel like it's not so much about putting the best foot forward as much as it's about being careful to be accurate. I feel like a lot of you in your communication this week, you're being very careful to be accurate. You don't want to mislead anyone about anything, and you want to make sure that they understand what you're saying, okay? So that's what I have showing up for the communication theme for the week. Hello there, First Juju. Welcome, welcome. Glad to see you in the room, my dear. If you have a question that you'd like me to look at, go ahead and put it up in chat. I will be answering one question at the end of this video if anybody posts any. And if there are multiple ones, I'll ask Spirit to guide me as to which one to answer. So if you have a question you'd like me to look at, please put it up there. Next for Cancers, what I'm looking at is work. So work we have, and work already kind of seems to be a theme here as far as what I can tell, at least for most of you. But anyway, what we're looking at is work, and we're looking at not only work, how you make a living. That'll be the first thing we look at, but we will also look at work, which is inner work, things you're doing to improve your own character and to make yourself like you better. Okay, so first looking at outer work and how you make money. Gosh, this is not like my favorite thing to say. I really feel like it would be a good thing for some of you to actually get a reading about what's going on at work. And I don't normally say that during a weekly forecast. That's not, I'm not an arm twister or anything, but I am really getting a strong sense that it would be a good idea to get a reading so that you kind of know the lay of the land a little bit better. It seems like there's a lot going on behind the scenes there, and I really feel like, as I'm looking at this card, looking at work, I feel like you've got a situation where you have somebody who's being a snake in the grass with you, and there's going to be some backbiting if there hasn't been already, some gossip, trying to make you look bad, that type of thing. And it's coming from one particular person, Cancers. And it's interesting because I'm also seeing that there's a couple of people that are looking on that are seeing this happen and that are concerned about it, but they also feel like they're not in a position to stop it or to do anything about it. One of them, I feel like they feel that if they try to interfere and shut this person down, then the venom of that person will be turned on them as well. So it's really, this is not what I would consider an ideal situation at work. And so, like I said, I would recommend getting a reading to figure out, number one, if you don't know who the snake of the grass is, to figure that out. And also for best advice moving forward, what's the best thing that you can do in this situation? But, that's just me, and I love to do readings. So, and normally, though, I don't recommend that. I don't recommend a reading, but I am this time. All right, let's see, Cancers. Let's look at that part of you that's being grown or expanded right now. Well, during the week of the 15th through the 21st. So I'm thinking that, Cancers, you really do have a lot of options that you could be pursuing. And what's going on is you're having a hard time figuring out, or you have been having a hard time figuring out which option you want to set as a priority. What's going on now, though, during this week is you are making those decisions. You're setting those priorities about what it is you actually want to pursue, and you are following up on those. You're beginning to follow up on that thing that you've made a priority. Hello there, Tay Medium. Glad to see you, my dear. Tay, don't forget, I do answer one question at the end of the weekly. So if you have a question, pop it up into the chat right now, because I'll look at it as soon as I'm done with the spread. La da da da, da 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 da. Gotcha. Gotcha, Tay Medium. I will be looking forward to hearing from you then. You can text me right now if you want. My phone's on silent. Let's see. Next thing that we have coming up talks to me about what you Cancers are standing for during the week of the 15th to the 21st. And what we've got coming up here is, looks to me like you have a friend who is not acting right. Not acting very friendly. I feel like they're having some kind of issue and it's making them withdraw, and it may even be making them really grumpy. And I feel like somebody else in the group is saying, why are you cutting that person any slack? I mean, look how they're acting. Look how they're treating you, whatever that is all about. And you're having to say, you know what? Yeah, I see how they're acting, but I also know that they've got some pretty heavy stuff going on in their life and they're just trying to cope. And so if they're not the perfect Miss Angel or Mr. Angel that they usually are, I can give them slack for that because I've been there before. I know what that's like. I feel like that's what's going on, Cancer, as far as what you stand up for. Next thing I have is how other people perceive you. From the outside looking in, you've got somebody that is perceiving you, Cancers, as someone who is not taking care of yourself, not taking care of your health the way that you could be, really sort of letting other people be the priority for you instead of yourself, and that is causing some problems for you. Maybe somebody's really got you under a lot of stress, and so maybe you're not taking care of yourself the way you would, and this other person is noticing that. Now, also, this is my take it with a grain of salt card, because somebody on the outside looking in, they can be more objective and they can be really right, but also they may not know the full story and they can be really whacked. So, how other people perceive you may not be how you perceive yourself. Okay. So the next thing that I'm looking at talks to me about the lesson or experience of the week. This normally is going to come in somewhere around Thursday-ish, maybe late Wednesday, maybe early Friday. You know, if you're traveling through these themes pretty quickly, it could come in earlier. But what I'm seeing is that there's something that you are doing that you are really, really, really thinking through. You're making sure all your ducks in a row, you've got all the details figured out as you begin this thing, but there's something that new that you are beginning Thursday-ish, and it's very well planned and thought out. You've looked at every single detail before you began that. As you are beginning this, what's going on is this is causing you to take some money out of savings. Maybe you were saving it just for this, maybe you weren't, but you are taking out more money than what you normally do out of your budget because of this new beginning. The other thing that's happening is you're really slowing down on communication with a certain person or certain people as you do this new beginning. I feel like some of you, this new beginning, and not all of you, but some of you, this new beginning is some kind of trip, whether it's a short road trip, you know, you're just gone for most of the day and come back before the day's over, or whether it's something that is longer than that. And as you are away, then communication is minimized. Hey, man, I'm driving. I can't talk. That type of thing. So there's going to be less communication. I feel like this is kind of intentional. You want some time to really think some things over, is what's coming up to me here, Cancers, that you're minimizing this communication so you have time to think. You want to figure some things out before you keep talking, because you're not sure what you really want to say until you figure things out. Okay. And then the last card here just indicates that this taking time to think and slowing down on communication so that you're not saying things that later on you have to recant, that this is successful, that taking that time really is successful. It helps you get come to terms with what it is that you actually want, what it is you're expecting, what it is you're looking for. And now you can communicate very clearly what all of that is. Okay. And that's where we end the week, Cancers. So I hope that you find that absolutely helpful. Okay, so we've got a couple of questions here. Let's see. Team Medium, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to save your question because you're getting a reading with me anyway. I'm going to save your question for that. And then first Juju. There's my best friend. Backstabbing me with my boyfriend. I would have to say for the most part, no. Actually, I'm going to say no. I won't say that she's not talking to your boyfriend, and I won't say that things don't come up in conversation that you would rather they not come up, but I don't see her as backstabbing you or as having any kind of negative intentions, or, you know, even really realizing that she's doing. And I'll see you guys the next time around. Peace out.